directive to restore and maintain peace, law and order in Rivers State.
President Tinubu decries judicial loopholes, urges stronger bench to combat corruption at EFCC workshop.
We are confident that most of our Indian students will have no need to embrace cybercrime, while the credit scheme also has easy access to many to fund their needs in spite of the harsh economic realities.
Senate probes capital market integrity. Committee pushes for transparency and reforms at key financial institutions.
I'm sure that most people do not know that local governments can issue bonds. Most people don't know. So SEC really have to do a lot of enlightenment programs.
And on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall take a look at CBN's new guidelines for Forex to stabilize the Naira.
Well, and so the Naira has experienced significant fluctuations since the 2020 devaluation, leading to economic instability and inflationary pressures.
Now, that's true, Victor. It's in a bid to address these challenges that the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has introduced new foreign exchange guidelines.
Well, the key provisions of these guidelines are unified exchange rate, forex restriction, priority allocation, increased dollar sale, streamlined documentation, enhanced monitoring, and of course, sanctions.
Recently, the Naira appreciated slightly against major currencies, and the impact is an increased forex liquidity, improved liquidity in the forex markets, reduced inflation, improved business confidence, and increased economic activity.
Well, the new CBN Forex guidelines aims to stabilize the Naira, promote economic growth, and encourage foreign investment.
However, the effectiveness of these guidelines depends on various factors, including global economic conditions, domestic economic challenges, and compliance with regulations.
So, on Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall focus on the Central Bank of Nigeria's bold move to stabilize the Naira. Welcome to the program. I am Victor Azu.
And I'm Henry John. Let me also welcome you to the program. We shall be having a second topic today, and that's going to be in the second part of the program, the Hunger Taste the Million promo. You want to know what that is about, so of course you have to stay tuned. We're reaching you live on the network service of the NTA, and we're right here at our headquarters in Abuja. Chukwudi Okolu will join us in a bit for newspaper review. But for now, let's get all the details of the news. Elizabeth Amori is here to feed us. Elizabeth, good morning to you.
Good morning, Inyeri and Victor, and here's the morning news. President Bola Tinubu has called on Governor Siminalayi Fubara, political leaders and their supporters in Rivers State to exercise restraint and uphold the rule of law. In response to recent tensions following last Saturday's local government council election, the president expressed deep concern over reports of arson and explosions in the state. He urged all political actors to de-escalate the situation and discourage their supporters from engaging in violence or destructive actions. President Tinubu, in a release by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, directs the police to restore and maintain peace, law and order immediately, while instructing law enforcement agencies to bring the situation under control. He emphasized the need to ensure the security of public institutions. President Tinubu said government facilities built with public funds must be safeguarded from vandalism. He expressed that self-help has no place in a democratic system, especially after 25 years of democracy. According to President Tinubu, the judiciary can settle all political disputes, and the outcome of this election should be no exception. Frivolous appeals alleged intimidation of judges and judgment delivered on grounds of technicalities are some of the challenges impeding the war against corruption in Nigeria. President Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, stated this while declaring open the 6th EFCC and National Judicial Institute Capacity Building Workshop for judicial officers.
That most of our indigent students will have no need to embrace cybercrime, while the credit scheme offers workers easy access to money to fund their needs in spite of the harsh economic realities.
And the federal government has reaffirmed commitment to fostering a strong partnership with the private sector to drive Nigeria's economic growth and industrialization. Vice President Kashim Shettima stated this during a meeting with a team from the Nigerian Economic Summit Group ahead of the group's 30th summit.
The expectation is still for the outcome to be largely economic growth. That's what we all want. We want to see double-digit growth. This government has indicated that that is their agenda. We would like to support and put in place all the necessary tools and policies that will allow government to be able to achieve that.
Meanwhile, the Senate Committee on Capital Market has commenced oversight of Nigeria's capital market financial integrity, visiting the Investment and Securities Tribunal and the Securities and Exchange Commission. Are they filled with probing discussions and promises of reforms? The committee's oversight is to ensure that the backbone of Nigeria's capital market remains unyielding, transparent and poised for economic growth.
Significant elements in companies, for companies coming to the market.
Commend you and your team, particularly this issue of municipal bond development. I'm sure that most people do not know that local governments can issue bonds. Most people don't know. So SEC really have to do a lot of enlightenment programs.
To food security, Vice President Kashim Shettima stated the commitment of the Tinubu administration in addressing the core challenge of food security in Nigeria, especially tackling the menace of malnutrition. He stated this when he received on a courtesy visit a delegation from the World Food Programme led by its Executive Director, Cindy McCain, at the presidential villa.
We visited the North yesterday and were able to see firsthand what's needed, but also we talked about a long-term strategy to help Nigeria feed its population and help them help themselves too. So it was a very good discussion. He's very charming and lovely, and he certainly is very supportive of what the World Food Programme does.
And those are the highlights of the news this morning. Good Morning Nigeria continues with Inyeri and Victor after these commercials. To stay with us.